What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Vince. If you are new, welcome to pretty much everything about Supras. But today we don't have a Supra on the channel. So of course, or maybe depending on who you are, this could be an actual Toyota Supra. So here we have Omar and his BMW Z4 M40i, AKA the Supra sibling. So I'm excited to have this on the channel. I've been wanting to have a Z4 M40i for a while. Of course, there's only so much that I can do with the Supras and cover certain topics, but with this car, a lot of things are different, a lot of things are the same. But for me, I was very surprised actually how much I like this car compared to what we have in the Supra. So with that being said, I'm going to hand it over to Omar if you want to introduce yourself really quick to the audience.
Yeah, I'm Omar. I am the owner of this beautiful Alpine White BMW Z4 M40i. I'm a huge fan of what you do on the channel and in general, just hanging out, meets and whatnot. You are a lot of the bank of knowledge that I have of Supras in general, as well as just meeting up with owners and whatnot. And despite the fact that I still love the Supra, I still think it's technically the best bang for your buck, even over this for what you get.
Yeah.
I kind of have to go this route. I'll obviously get into more depth for that. But yeah, no, just happy to be here.
Yeah, I mean, glad to have you here, of course. And I've been, it's not that often you meet a younger enthusiast driving one of these cars.
Yeah,
so it's cool to experience that and kind of learn more about the car. So with that being said, let's go ahead and walk you guys through Omar's Z4 M40i and show you guys what's the same, what's different, and then we'll kind of have a conversation with Omar and see why he, got the car and what he likes and what he doesn't like. So
yeah,
let's walk around here. So of course, if you guys are not aware, the Z4 M40i has the same chassis as the Mark V Supra. So you either hate it or you love it, and there's more hate than love, if I was to be honest.
Yeah,
but as you were saying, you have a lot of experience with the Mark V Supra, and now you have a convertible version of it.
Yeah.
Like, how does it feel from your perspective?
Well, overall, like for me, the biggest pro and to some the biggest con, and I can agree with, is the convertible, right? Because for a hardtop, car in general, whether it's Mark V or not,
yeah,
it's just there. It's just metal with maybe carbon on the top, maybe not, but it's just there, right?
Yeah.
Here you have mechanisms putting that up and putting that down. Historically, especially now since these are automated, something's bound to go bad at some point, right? If something were to go wrong here, I'd have to take it into BMW and maybe half up, half down. Who the hell knows?
Yeah.
So
that's true.
That's the biggest, I guess, technically con of the car itself. But overall, it's also the biggest pro how you view it. I want to say a couple weeks after, for Labor Day weekend, my girl and I took it down to Marble Falls.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that the worst road up there is probably the best road that you know of in like up here. So it was super sidewindy, super hilly.
Wow.
And then we got in late at night with the roof down and the windows up. So it was just nothing but like clear bright sky, like just stars everywhere, wind rushing, and I can hear the B58 out the back. So, that's, in my opinion, really nice. And it wasn't up until I test drove one of these in general that I was still super head over heels Mark V.
Yeah.
But then once I drove this, I was like, oh shit, I'm sold. I was like, I gotta get this. And then just, I really didn't compromise anything, right? Because I still have B58, I still have ZF8. So really just slightly a little bit from certain angles in the looks department. And then just aftermarket support. But I wasn't planning on doing much either way, whether it's Mark V or Z4. The market for this is a lot better. There's a lot more examples that are even pre-2020, like unlockable, that are very low miles, reasonable asking price, and they're the exact same thing as a Supra. And you don't run the risk of, has this been modded? Has this been unlocked? Is this running cat list, cat id downpipe? Like, you don't know, right?
I feel like this car unfairly gets a bad rap in a way where people overlook it. So let's not overlook this one. So let's go through what you have changed. So I see the wheels. Talk us through what wheels these are.
Oh yeah, check this out, broke boys. Yeah, but Funny enough, I had just finished mentioning to my girl, I was like, I'm probably gonna ride the stocks to death, unless I find this very specific set of wheels in the specific finish and kind of offsets and sizes that I want. And I shit you not, a week later, just kind of browsing Facebook, these popped up in Ohio from a good friend whose Instagram is @gli.fuck, which is funny. But
there it is on the screen. If you guys want to follow that hell of a Instagram handle.
He's cool. He had these on a Jetta, which is also 5x112. And then funny enough, somehow he said he got these from a former Mark V owner here in Texas, I think in Houston, who never mounted them onto the car. But
oh, wow.
Despite the fact that the rears look a little bit wider than the fronts, they're both the same size, 19 by 9.5. So it's technically
That's
square
dope.
setup. And then we got the brake disc special going on. So apologies for the dirt. But
I mean, that just goes to show that you actually drive the car.
Oh yeah.
So,
or it was a rainy morning, but either or, right?
That is true.
We're not going to mention that, but satin silver faces, polished lips, and then step lips. I know a lot of people do reverse barrel on VS-KFs, but overall, I think they made the car stand out really nicely.
Yeah,
it's what I was wanting to get on the Supra either way if I'd gone to Mark V.
Yeah.
And then I was trying to convince Ben to get VS-KFs on the G80.
He was like, nah.
Yeah, he said he posted it somewhere and he got hella hate. So I was like, all right, that's all you then. I also have the Eibach, what's it called, lowering springs, which is Z4 spec that I got from another Supra owner actually.
Yep.
And that drops
Ironic,
the car.
right?
That drops the car just 0.8 inches, which for me is perfect. I still daily it. I don't really want to be worried about speed bumps or really bad inclines. So it drops it just enough to clear that wheel gap.
Makes sense.
And then just on the rear, obviously the duckbill, which I had paint matched, and then the license plate, if you count that as a mod.
Yeah, that's very, very clean.
But
like,
this all I really ever wanted to do with either the Mark V or the Z4, because at least in my opinion, they look good as they are. Granted, obviously, you can get Sibon wings. You can get aim gain kits for the Supras. You can get all sorts of wide body stuff to make it look even better, right? But what I'm trying to get at is that from the box, for what they are, they don't look bad. Like maybe a Supra technically just needs, and like any other car, spacers and lowering.
It's not a bad looking car. Like it looks pretty good. Yeah. Let's go ahead and check out the interior, because this is the main portion that I wanted to talk to you about. So let me just jump in here. Invite myself in like that. How rude of me. Okay, so sitting here, of course, and feel free to, because you have way more experience in this car, of course, compared to a Supra.
Yeah.
And then we can have the conversation, because our experiences are basically flipped.
Yeah, for sure.
So what I noticed here, of course, steering wheel is about the same position. Everything is in the same exact position. I do really like the interior. It feels a little bit more premium, I guess.
Yeah.
Of course, BMW wasn't going to give Toyota every single nice thing. But man, I'm loving these seats. So, like, what did Kaylee say about these seats compared to the Supra seats?
She said they felt the same, because structurally they are the same. It's just this has like the cutout there by like the neck and whatnot, and it's got the different materials, but they're structurally the same. But I mean, these just have the added aspect that it's got blue stitching everywhere, kind of like I think only the A91 refractions have for Supras.
Yes.
And then the piping has a little M striping, Alcantara, and the door card there on the headrest. So it's just a really nice seat overall. So I was like, and then whenever you get bored, you can just finger this, just like incessantly. So yeah.
If driving this car doesn't give you enough pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, you can definitely do that to your future Z4 M40i. So, man, I love this. Like, I mean, the seats feel the same, but I just love how they look. Of course, do you have anything else that you want to talk about with the car that we haven't discussed? Because I'm ready to take this for a drive.
Well, I mean, we could talk about the fact that I have a truck button, so that's nice. Just, and no such thing.
The truck space.
And then that fit in perfectly. A91 refraction too, with the blue piping.
Yeah, there you guys go, because they share the same chassis, so of course you're gonna have Supra stuff in a BMW.
And then I had to rep, obviously, Supra.
Yeah.
Confuse people.
Good,
I've got a couple weird looks on the road already from just people that don't know.
I love
they're
this,
like,
man.
They're like,
it's funny. I mean, of course, it's a little bit different because it's not a fastback style.
Yeah.
So getting your stuff in is a little bit different experience, but I mean,
kind
it's
of,
got
but
plenty of space.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I think the opening for your hatch is a lot narrower than the opening for this.
Oh yeah. Let's look at the under the hood.
Yeah, for sure.
Real quick before we jump in and drive the car.
Yeah.
So let's look at the 3JZ. It would have been hilarious if you had a Toyota one.
Yeah, that's the
I have
only
a
thing
spare.
missing.
I gotta give you one of those. But there you guys have it. B58, same exact thing. I mean, this is the Toyota Supra. Is based on this car.
Yep.
Everyone knows what they can do. Of course, mine is very modified and very reliable. So I don't see why this situation with it being bone stock is going to be any different.
Yeah. And that was my thoughts with it, right? Because this being a 2019 production, I can just bench unlock it. I don't have to ship anything anywhere. Right now, just with what the car is, especially since it being a convertible, it's kind of meant to be a lot more chill.
Yeah.
I don't really want a 1,000 horsepower roadster.
Yeah.
It's just
it removes the fun out of driving the car, and we'll talk about this during our driving portion. So speaking of that, let's jump in here and let's drive this beast.
Let's go for a ride. Sure.
All right, driving the Z4 M40i. So we're this is my first time, so you guys are seeing this all raw, baby. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and drive this in sport, which is Spumpert, as what Omar said off camera.
Yeah. So for reference, that means that the what's it called? So I'll go ahead and hold the brake, and then the unlock button is on the side. So,
is it on the side? Yeah, yeah, just like my car. Holy shit.
For context about Spumpert, what it is I have everything in sport shy of the suspension and the transmission, because I, for one, don't really want to hold my RPMs at 3K. That burns gas. And then two, I don't want to feel every single bump in the road. But I do want the valve open, and I want to, hear that beautiful inline six.
Oh man, that was just like slight acceleration. I mean, you guys can see it on my face already.
And again, you're in my Spumpert, right? So if you were in Sport Individual, the transmission is, or Sport Plus rather, the transmission is a lot more responsive.
But yeah, I mean, I'm eager to see how this drives on the highway. I mean, I've just hearing the exhaust and hearing the turbo sound, already like it. So let's go ahead and do
manual mode.
Manual mode. We'll paddle shift this baby, but I mean, feels the same. It's just you're missing the roof over your head. Yeah,
a lot more headroom.
Yeah, exactly.
Or helmet room if you track, but I don't know if you be tracking a Z4.
I can't imagine seeing this like at night, and then you just see the stars above you. Like,
oh yeah,
this is sick.
And I don't know, you can probably give me some more kind of like insight on it, since you've dailied and known one for now. I don't know, 5 years have you owned the Supra?
Yeah, I'm going on my 5th year. I just crossed my 4th year.
Yeah. So how does the cabin, obviously right now it's not really comparable with no roof, but how does it feel overall? Because that's one thing with the Supra, I felt like it was a lot more rocket ship-esque. I feel like I'm in a car that I have to go fast, While in this, sometimes I could confuse it for an M240, an M340, which is casual, right? And for some people, it might not be great, right? It's like, I get it. You want to be in a fast car that looks fast, and when you're in it, you want to feel like you're in an F14, right?
Let's put this up and let's see how it's like.
Yeah.
I mean, because this is how you drive the car every day.
Yeah.
Dude, experiencing the B58, man, with the top down, It's hopefully you guys can hear us just fine. I mean, I feel like whenever you were talking, I heard you just fine.
Yeah, no, I've had conversations at 100 miles an hour, and it was fine. So,
dude, this experience is different, man. Like, obviously, I love the B58. I mean, doing a pull here, you're like that. It picks up pretty quick.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, compared to your Corolla hatch, man.
Oh, well,
this is like obviously a spaceship.
I lose a pedal, and I don't have to do it myself, right, with the shifting. So no, this is a rocket ship compared to that. But
yeah, dude, this I love this package.
Yeah.
Whenever you talk to me about it before you got the car, I was stoked for you because I overlooked the Z4 M40i.
Yeah, and most people do, and it's totally fine, right? It's just I kind of look at them, the Supra and the Z4. I will give it that the Supra overall is much sexier, way curvier, and the Z4 is kind of just like a famished Supra, if you want to call it that, right? It's a lot more narrow. It's a lot more angular. Low-key. Yeah, it's a little more subtle in the looks department. But with that being said as well, I feel like it's a good-looking car. And hot take, and I may get hate for this, or I may get just like I may get a couple raised eyebrows, but hot take, I think the Z4 with the top down looks just as good as the Supra. Because when you
leave your comments down below on what you guys think about that take. But I mean, okay, I see like a valid point. Like it does look much better with the top down.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The top up.
That's most convertibles anyway. But when you look at it, especially side profile of this thing with the top down, it looks like such an arrowhead. It's like, this is one of the cars, and same with the Supra, that looks fast, just parked. It's like, damn, this thing is nice. At least to me, right? But once I test drove one of these, with the roof down, at least for me, it kind of immediately canceled the need for an exhaust too, which is nice on the finances end of things, as well as, having to source.
Because based on like what you're expecting the car to do, this checks all of your boxes. You don't need anything like fancy.
Yeah, no, you really don't. Unfortunately, for this specifically, you do. I think, and feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. If any Z4 Supra experts are in the comments, let me know. 1000% let me know. But I really like on the Supra, and this guy actually just did the exhaust video, so I got to hear a ton of setups. I like the ETS that Jeff has, and then I like the MagnaFlow that Ryan has, and I actually really like the AWE Touring that you have. But I think something in the rear section of the Z4 is different enough from the Supra that I can't just slap on a Supra exhaust onto this. So the only good sounding option that I've kind of heard, not in person, only over video, is FI, and that is a $3,500 exhaust.
So that's just too much money.
I was like, shit. So if anyone knows of more about the Z4 than even I do, more than Vince and everyone does, and can confirm that Supra exhaust fit on the Z4, please let me know. Right now.
Give him a follow on Instagram. So we'll leave it at that note. Omar, thank you again for letting me drive your car. So let me know what you guys think of the Z4 M40i. Being a Supra channel, I myself, I am impressed, but I'm eager to see what you guys think. So any last thoughts?
And if you guys want to stay tuned, I don't really have much more visual plans for it, but my account is on Instagram, at least. It's ZFO. That's ZEE.FOH. And thanks for having me. It's been a blast. It's been kind of a small little bucket list item of mine to be on Vince's channel, featured with my car. At one point when I first met him through Ben, who has an M3 competition, I was gonna be like, once I get my Supra, I'll hit you up and we'll set something up. Nicely enough, he's been wanting a Z4. I ended up wanting a Z4, so here we are. And now that he's recorded this video, I can go return this and get a G80.
There you guys have it. We'll see you guys on the next video.
Yeah, deuces.